What is up, Techno fam? What's going on? Chana D, your Techno Dad here. And in this quick video, I'm going to show you my test results after testing the brand new AudioQuest Forest 48. Now, this is their 48 gigabit per second cable. It isn't necessarily deemed HDMI 2.1. Maybe they don't have full certification, but it does say 48 gigabits per second, 8K to 10K. And why they don't say HDMI 2.1, I think it's a certification issue, but yeah. Now, in my previous video, I don't know if you guys have seen it, I used the Marantz SR7015 to test a bunch of HDMI 2.1 cables I found off of Amazon, and I really didn't want to purchase an AudioQuest cable because to get one in like 15 feet is a couple $100. So luckily AudioQuest hit me up on Twitter and asked if I wanted to test out one of their new cables. So I said, yeah, just give me whichever cable you have laying around that is longer than 12 feet. And so they sent me a 5 meter, which is 16.4 feet. Same distance I have with the Zest kit as well. So I'll run 50 tests on the AudioQuest, and I reran another 50 on the Zest kit as well, just to kind of compare. The AudioQuest is at $260, I think, for that specific cable, and $35 for the Zest kit in the same length. As a quick reminder, on these 2020 AV receivers from Denon and Marantz, you can test HDMI 2.1 throughput. It will cap it at 40 gigabits per second. However, that's all we're using right now. So, there it is. For you HDMI 2.1 purists, I know it's not enough. I know. Will it ever be enough? I guess that's the biggest question. To get to the HDMI diagnostics area of the AV receiver, you have to press and hold back and the up arrow button for a little bit, and that'll take you right in. We need to choose option 4, which is the HDMI test option. And then we connect the cables and then we hit start test. So basically that's it. So it did that 50 times on each cable. Yes, it was a pain in the butt. Yes, it took a little bit of time, but hey, we have the results right here. Now, as you can see, I just lumped this in with all the other cables I have here. The Zest Kit 8K was the winner last time, so I just put the AudioQuest right below it. And as you can see, the AudioQuest passed 45 out of the 50 times, and the Zest Kit passed 42 out of the 50 times. Again, that's passing 8K 40 gigabits per second, not full 48 gigabits per second bandwidth. I can't test for that, and that's a limitation of the AV receiver and not a limitation of the cable. So just keep that in mind. As far as a full fail, meaning it says cable test fail, that happened once on both the AudioQuest 48 and the Zest Kit 8K. Moving over to this column, it passed a 9 gigabit pass-through test, but failed an 18 gigabits pass-through test. And that was 4 times for the AudioQuest and 7 fails on the Zest Kit. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen that. On the previous, I've seen the other fail where it was able to pass 18 gigabits per second, but it failed to pass 24 gigabits per second. So that's very interesting. I don't know what's causing these things to fail. Who knows, really? Who knows? So the AudioQuest Forest 48 failed 10% of the time, which probably pretty good. I mean, it wasn't 100%, but hey, these things happen. And as far as the Zest Kit is concerned, that failed 16% of the time. Now, I decided to go with 50 because, well, very expensive cable, and I got a couple of fails right at the beginning, so I didn't want to just do it out of 10. I wanted to kind of take a larger sample, so that's why I did 50. And as you can see on the far right, the AudioQuest does pass VRR, ALLM, and eARC. Of course, that's easy stuff. All these cables will do that as well. So a 10% fail rate on a $260 cable, I don't know. That's for you to decide. Of course, this is like a 16-foot version of that cable. Now, if you don't know why I'm using 16-foot cables, that's mainly because the degradation on an HDMI cable starts somewhere around the 10 to 12 foot mark. So that's why we need more expensive cables and maybe go with a fiber optic cable or something of that nature that will sustain longer lengths and keep the quality top notch or up to par, shall we say, in a longer cable run. So that's why I chose to go with longer cables for this test, because chances are if you have a 3 foot or 1 meter cable or even a 6.6 foot or 2 meter cable, those are probably going to pass all the time. So this is for anybody that needs to put a cable in a wall that you're, connecting up an AV receiver to a brand new TV, and you want to make sure that you don't have to change out that cable, because I'm sure, getting it out of the wall is not going to be the easiest thing. But if you need tips about that, definitely check out the channel Be the Installer. He's got a lot of great tips on how to install TVs and mount them on the wall, and also how to remove them and fix up your drywall and all that kind of stuff. So definitely check out his channel. Anyway, that's why I chose to test longer cables, because there's a higher likelihood of them failing. So 10%, it's not that bad. 16%, not that bad. 30%, now we're getting somewhere. And that was not any of these two cables. That was the cable that came with the PlayStation 5, because it is not an ultra high speed HDMI cable that comes with the PlayStation 5. It is a standard 4K cable when you need something better. Not really sure why they did that. Maybe on the low, they're like, well, this thing can't even really do 4K 120, so let's just give them a standard 4K cable. I don't know. Anyway, let's not get on all of that nonsense. So it's basically up to you. If you're going for a longer cable, should you invest in an AudioQuest cable, or can you go with the run-of-the-mill, cable from Amazon like the Zest Kit? That is up to you. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys to check out these cables, and of course more, for whichever use case or price point you are looking. So definitely check that out. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, a big shout out goes to AudioQuest for sending this cable for me to test. I told the guy, hey, I was going to just test it and whatever happens, happens. And he's like, yeah, cool, go for it. I was like, yeah, great. So, I love the confidence there, AudioQuest. Love that. They were not afraid of whatever was going to happen. It was all good, right? So if you guys have any questions about this or anything else, let me know down in the comments below, or on social or email, whichever you like to use. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.